Over on Channel 2, Cooper's Crossing is in danger as a brush fire threatens. Meanwhile, Dr. Callahan and Liz can't be reached on the radios, and rumours fly in on the Flying Doctors at 9 p.m. But first, it's the Thamesmen.
It's been too long, sir.
It's been too long. I was just before we went up. I mean, look what the fuck's gone on with my hair.
You mean it's all dropped out since,
I don't know. It's just, I was saying to my friend George, hello, by the way, I'm Alex in Colorado.
I'm George, I'm in Los Angeles, and we are the incorrigible, incomparable, impossible Thamesmen.
That was rather good.
I just made it up on the spot. I was running out of in-words, though.
I can tell it wasn't that good. Anyway, I was just saying, maybe I got to go to Turkey. Maybe I'll go and
get plugs.
I'll get a whole weave. Come back with a whole brand new weave. You
could just do a bit more combing over.
Well, there's not much left to comb over either. It's just like
Yeah. Well, I could lend you some of mine.
And yeah, I know.
But anyway, before we start, it's time for an old segment because I have a letter.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for
Cozy Corner. Still got that graphic then, haven't we? That's amazing. Dusted it off. Yeah, hopefully we've got it.
Hopefully, otherwise we'll have to make something up. But Cozy Corner, blast from the past, letters from our subscribers.
For those who don't know, Cozy Corner is when people write us a letter. It's like the letters corner, and I've just got a letter, and I thought, I'd just, start our new session with a letter. And it's pretty simple. Dear Thamesmen, I just wanted to put pen to paper and express how you guys fucking suck. Just when we get used to regular service from you, you up sticks and away.
Is this from an ex of yours? Have you got them crossed over?
No. There's not.
Does it go on about how shit you are in bed?
No. That's the other letter on the other channel. Yeah, that's not that one. And it says, I'm tempted to write a real letter to the Daily Mail. Yours sincerely, Mrs. Cunningham in Upminster. And she just say, a P.S. Stan says hello. So that's very nice. So thanks, Stan.
That's very nice.
Very nice of Stan. But she's got a point, really, hasn't she?
She has got a point.
We get going, we get rolling, and then we have like life take over and things like that, don't we?
She's a bit of an uptight bitch.
That's not very nice. We don't want another letter, do we?
Sorry, Mrs. Cunningham, from Wokingham, but wherever you are, simple mead.
Upminster. Don't get mixed up.
But word on the street is she's up it. But
Stan's a lovely chap, though.
Anyway, gentlemen and ladies, if you want he, she, and she, if you want to
we're
write
past
in,
that era now. That's done.
Oh, yeah.
That's all over. We don't need that anymore. That's all done, isn't it? Yeah, it's all gone. It's fine.
Actually, let's go on to that one. I was watching.
No, let's not get on to that one.
Conclave. Have you seen Conclave?
I have, and I think you have a different opinion on that film than I do. But yeah,
ladies and gentlemen,
don't give it away. Don't give spoilers. People may not have seen it.
I'm going to give the spoiler away. So if you don't want to, if you want to watch Conclave, don't. But if you do want to watch, just plug your ears now. At the end, everything was going well, and then they turned out that the priest who voted for the
who becomes the Pope's, she
was a he/she.
Yeah.
I mean, peak wokeness. I bet they regret that now.
Well, it was a funny old film, though, wasn't it? In that there were things that happened which didn't really make much sense. It was like a huge explosion, which was good for the trailer, but didn't really make much sense in the story, I thought. It was like, terrorists in some Mark Square or some Peter Square, whatever it was. And do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. I'm just trying to think what it's got to do with the story, but also Pope with a chaff.
I tell you what, let's be honest. There was a little sketch I saw from Will Ferrell the other day where he was talking to some ladies' conference, I think it was. That could be something else to do with the ladies' conference. And that's what you call it anyway. And he was saying,
I'm just thinking about the Pope. Every time I put the butter in the butter tray, you know what I mean? I think that's what the Pope feels like in his boatmobile. You know what I mean?
He's going to melt.
No, he's like, butter is the Pope of the fridge. Look at me. I've got my special. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, back to Will Ferrell.
This is we're really out of practice here, are we? Will Ferrell was at Wim's concert, and he said, like, guys have been trying to run these things for 2,000 years, and we made a right mess of it. It's time for you to take over. You do much better. And, there is something to be said for that. Let's face it. Things aren't going particularly great. Species are going extinct. We've got global warming.
Are we talking about a female Pope?
Well, just maybe. Maybe it would have been entirely different. Maybe I tell you, the dresses would be more fabulous. I mean, the Pope has some pretty spectacular dresses, but they'd be even more fabulous.
The wafers, the food quality, the wafers would go up a level.
It's a bit shit, really, isn't it?
It would be, and also the really vehicle won't be a G-Wagon. It'd be more of
like a family sort of sedan sort of thing,
like a Honda minivan.
A Honda minivan with cup holders,
lots of little popes in the back,
mini popes.
Mini popes,
like mini popes, little tiny popes.
Oh shit! Mini popes.
Look, we were not.
This is mini pope.
I bless you, my son.
Bring the mini pope out.
It has a little mini incense.
It just gives many forgiveness.
Tiny little cross.
Look, a new range.
We're going to hell.
All right, we're going to hell. Mini hell.
We are the Thamesmen. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, we are. We're a music review channel as well.
We are. And we just haven't been together for too long, so we've probably lost our mind. Really?
Oh,
I would suggest.
Right. What are the schools on the doors, George? What are we here for?
So we are a low-budget music reaction channel that, with a high bar or a low bar? A high bar.
No, I'm a mini pope. That's a low bar, but I make it look big.
I would love to see a mini conclave, like lots of little tiny bishops.
Oh, dear, don't. No, okay, mini popes.
They have a mini moat.
It's all the rage.
The
rage. Yeah. Imagine them, all the crowds appear and they fucking come out in a little mini car.
Well, that's probably why he's up on the balcony, way up there. So you can't tell how tall he is. He's like long. He is tiny already. He's a mini.
Okay.
Anyway, we are here for music reaction, and because we haven't been around for a while, we're just going to pander on this one. We're just doing a big pandering. We're going for the numbers. Just go for a crowd pleaser. Is that what we're going to do?
That's good. And who is it?
Who is it? Oh, I haven't even lined it up. It's a band called The Church, which is an Australian band, and I've got some notes actually on that. So, but let me just get my video in place because I'm not actually ready. We haven't done this for so long.
Whilst my friend is doing that, after this, I have got names which are banned in Australia. You're not allowed to call your children.
Oh, really?
Some of them will surprise you.
Are we going to be offending? So not only we're going to offend.
Some of them will not surprise you.
Public. They obviously do allow things like Bruce, don't they?
They do. Yeah. That is probably one of the only ones. And Steve-O.
Steve-O
and Bruce.
Yeah. I saw a great sketch by two Ronnies doing Australians.
No. Let's do it.
Okay, so notes.
Yes.
So we're going to, before we do it, so the track, notes, the track's called Reptile. It's a standout track by the Australian alternative rock band, The Church, which we've done a track of theirs before. It took us a long time to get to them, and they were really good.
Yeah.
Featured on their 1988 album, Starfish. Great name. The song is built around, what?
Chocolate.
No. The song is built around a hypnotic stop-start guitar riff conceived by Marty Wilson Piper during rehearsal in Sydney. Lyrically, it draws from a surreal encounter experienced by lead singer Steve Kilbey, who discovered a large lizard in a woman's hotel bathroom. That sounds a bit dodgy. A moment that inspired the song's metaphorical exploration of allure and danger. The track's layered guitar interplay, kinetic rhythm section, and Kilby's evocative vocals create a tense, atmospheric soundscape that has resonated with listeners.
You're lucky it was just a lizard.
It could have been worse, couldn't it?
Yeah.
What if it been a mini Pope? Though it achieved moderate chart success, peaking at number 27 on the US mainstream rock chart, Reptile has endured as a fan favourite and a defining example of the church's distinctive blend of psychedelic and alternative rock.
Sounds good.
It does sound really good, actually. I'm kind of excited to hear this.
Is this a video? Do they bring the lizard in?
The reptile.
The reptile.
Yeah, well,
all right. Count me in, big boy.
Are you ready, sir?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go.
Too dangerous to keep, too feeble to let go, and you want to bite the hand. Should have stopped this long ago. Go now, you've been set free. Another month or so you'll be golden on me. I see you slither away with your skin and your tail, your flickering tongue and your bridle and scale like a real reptile. Had you coil around my arm? How could you ever know how I loved your diamond eyes? But that was long ago. Go now, you've been set free. Another month or so you'll be poisoning me. I see you slither away with your skin and your tail, your flickering tongue and your rattle and scales like a real reptile. Should have believed it. She said we had to blow. She was the apple of my eye. It wasn't long ago. Go now, you've been set free. Another month or so you'll be poisoning me. Smile. I see you slither away with your skin and your tail, your flickering tongue and your rattle and scales like a real reptile. Oh, go now, you've been set free. Another month or so you'll be poisoning me.
Yeah,
I
that
like
was
that.
great.
I've missed Aussie rock, that sound, that sort of, the combination of sort of, straight down the middle, but with something different on top. It's really hooky stuff. That.
Well, the sound, I was listening to it, reminding me of Echo and the Bunnymen, and really early U2 cross.
That's true, yeah.
When U2 were doing Boy and stuff, and with Echo and the Bunnymen. But I think that was just a production style back then. You had to have real jangly guitars. Yeah. But you're right, it was, and then you had the sprinkle of Australia on top.
Yeah, it did. It really had it, and I think I suspect that the audio track we're listening to was a studio track, and the video was cut to it, sort of thing, because it was super clean and super good, and it sort of faded out at the end. But that was a flipping. That track you could listen to. I loved that a lot. That's like when we go on our road trip. That's a song for us. I think, you know what I mean. So
I would have been fucking happy writing that chorus.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Because it was really jangly and whatever, and I was thinking, and then it just resolved in the chorus, and it went double time, mashed potatoes and truffles. It just went double time, and it just pulled all together, resolved it, and then you get into that, and then I was lost at the end. It was fantastic.
I mean, I think I would love to hear like a 12-minute version of that live or something like that. If they did such a thing, I think that could be a real crowd pleaser. So.
Yeah, well, if that was a sausage, what would it be?
We're pulling out all the old ones today, aren't we? The sausage scale, we have had Cozy Corner. Well, I mean, it's an Aussie snag of all descriptions, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's also quite psychedelic.
It's got some mushroom in it. Do you think, or is it toad?
Toad licking snag.
Yeah, there you go. All right, now that's going to be a popular choice, I would suggest.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Toad licking snack. You can't get better than that. Talking of Australia, so the names, Australian names.
So you've come across a list, apparently. Is this true? Are you sure this is true?
It's absolutely true. These are the names you can't call your children. Okay. In Australia, these are the illegal names. Now, it's
like law. By law, you can't kill your kid.
By law in Australia, you're not allowed to call your kid Adolf Hitler. Second.
I mean, I kind of see why it wouldn't be popular at school, would it? Really?
But there's some strange ones. I mean, there's some obvious ones like Bonghead and Dickhead, right?
Fair enough. I mean, those are nicknames. They're not real names, are they? You can be called that as a nickname,
or G-Bang, or God.
God. Well,
but it's a bit pretentious.
Okay, right. Exactly.
But I don't know why not Admiral.
Admiral's not a name, really. But what if you
allowed to call your kid Admiral or
because if they went to the Navy, it'd get really confusing because they could be like, First Seaman Admiral Jones, and that would get really could be national security issue with that one.
Well, I tell you one that you can get confused. You're not allowed to call your kid, which is Bomb.
Bomb, yeah, right.
That could go wrong at the airport, couldn't it?
Well, I know at school assembly, go Bomb, like here, this, no, I don't think so.
You're not allowed to call your kid Virgin. I mean, that's a bit tough.
Well, I mean, what if it's Mary? Surely.
Oh.
Surely, you could be that was valid, wasn't it? Or is that just that's taken now?
And this is a bit Nutella, but there again, especially for a girl, because obviously it spreads so easily.
Do you think these are actual names that people have tried, and that's why they've been banned? These are sort of or they've just someone's gone along and made up a load of names and sort of said just in case someone's going to call their kid Nutella. We'll put that on the list because you could just make up any name. You like dog shit or or any of those. Is that on the list?
I saw shithead on the list, so I think dog shit is allowed.
Yes, so you could call them that then.
Yeah,
so
but
it makes no sense.
I know, but I think they just sat down about a group of people. I'd love to have been on this committee.
That would be a great committee, wouldn't it? Really,
and
you'd laugh.
I got one. Yeah. What was it? Scrotum. All right. Who votes scrotum out? Yeah, I vote scrotum out. Oh, come on, Marjorie. You can't call your kid scrotum, Semen.
Yeah. I think if you did that here in America, there would be people who would be like, yeah, the sort of free speech amendment. Oh no, you've got to have the right to call your kid scrotum. You know, it's against the first, the free speech amendment or whatever.
In America how they like to take royal names. So you've got
Prince.
like Baron, Baron Trump,
yeah,
and you've got Prince, right?
Yeah.
Prince. I heard the ultimate one, which
was
the Majesty.
the Majesty, really?
The Majesty.
The Majesty.
It was a D apostrophe and the Majesty. Went straight for the Queen in one go. You know what I mean?
Well, you've got Queen Latifah, haven't you? Lady Gaga, Queen Latifah.
Yeah.
You know, they do. You're right. They do like those names. So
not allowed to call your kid Ranga in Australia.
Rangatanga.
Yeah, as in gingerheads. That's what we call gingerheads in England. I'm sure they must call them as well. Oh, Jesus Christ, there's a Ranga over there. Anyway.
Really? that's awesome.
That was one of the names.
What you
Colonel,
sent me,
Commander, Commissioner, Commodore. They got the whole army bit. Then they go on to IMAC, IKEA, or whatever. And obviously, if I ever play Call of Duty and I speak, and I live in America and I speak and I've got a British accent, everyone fucking says this to me. As soon as I speak, they always go, Harry Potter. Fucking Americans. That's how they think every English sounds like. Harry Potter.
Really? Okay.
Right.
Excellent. Well, good. Answers down below from you Australians on names you think if this is true or not.
Absolutely. But if you could put down the worst name you've ever, because for me, the very worst name I ever saw was a kid on a playground who was having an asthma attack, breathing into a bag, trying to whatever, and he was called Hero.
Oh no!
So, ladies and gentlemen, what is the worst name you've heard a kid called? You could put it down there.
They're probably going to go Alex and George, aren't they? And then ha ha ha.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, look, sorry to take you on a mad wibble. Good to see you again. Sorry it's taken so long. Not promising we're going to keep on a regular schedule, but we try.
Yeah, exactly. You know, we might get together and do another video in a minute, mightn't we?
Probably.
All
right. See you on the flip side.
See you on the flip side.
Bye.